firewater, hooch, liquid courage, giggle water. People actually call it giggle water. Sauce, spirits, the juice. It's got a lot of different names, but it's booze that we're talking about. Now, normally you would not want to smell like booze. That's typically not a good thing. You know, roll up into the office just reeking of rot gut liquor. But boozy fragrances, that's something altogether different. Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope that you're doing well. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys just really quickly about 5 different boozy fragrances that have this great, sexy, sweet scent profile. Makes them perfect for a night out. Although you don't have to wear them only on a night out, just wear them whenever you want. But 5 great boozy scents. Let's check them out. All right, let's do this. The first one is pretty unassuming looking. Yeah, just really plain. The atomizer sucks. And the name of the fragrance doesn't really have anything to do with booziness. It's from Comme des Garcons, Sequoia. Yeah, so it's named after a tree. And then it's just a very plain bottle. Like I said, the atomizer here is no good. I'll show you. Just this little. Now, Comme des Garcons is a house that a lot of people will think of as a niche house, even though technically it's a designer brand, because their fragrances are sometimes very avant-garde. Now, this does have a lot of woodiness to it, like you would expect with the name Sequoia. So Sequoia is one of the notes, so is oud, so is mahogany. But then really the focal point for me is the rum. There's a lot of rum. Captain Jack Sparrow would be happy with this one. There's also leather in here. There's a resinous warmth and sweetness, and it's not 100% completely removed from the way that Jubilation 25 smells from Amouage. It's not the same, but when you smell it, you may go, oh yeah, little similarities. So while it is a woodsy scent, that booze is there in the opening, in the mid, in the dry down, imparting that sweetness all the way through. Another good thing about this is even though it's not really something that's worn heavily by a lot of people, it's maybe not known by a huge amount of people as compared to your other designer fragrances out there, it's not all that expensive. At full retail, it's $95. So that actually makes it cheaper than a lot of other designer fragrances that have come out here lately. It's available on Twisted Lily's website. You can buy it wherever you want, but if you buy it from Twisted Lily, use the code GENTS10, save yourself 10% off, and that's good on the whole website, the whole mother freaker. Everything on there, baby, yeah. From Sequoia, which is red, we go to black, 212 VIP black. This one's got a great magnetic cap, which unfortunately mine sounds like something is loose in there. Yeah, you hear that? I think it's the magnet. I don't know, because everything else is sturdy. It's just there's something inside here that's loose. Still works though, so whatever. It's got a lot of vanilla in here. It's got lavender, and the booze is absinthe. Yeah. Little different, kind of an aromatic boozy note here instead of just a straight up warm, almost, sticky sweet booze. It's got a little bit of a similarity to Pure Excess from Paco Rabanne, which is a fragrance that I myself love. So not a huge surprise that I like this one also. And the opening, it's got this sparkly, sweet kind of open. And really that's probably what reminds me the most of Pure Excess, is that opening. It's a fragrance that gets overlooked for the most part. I mean, a lot of Carolina Herrera fragrances do get overlooked nowadays, but 212 VIP is still very solid. And it's a line that they keep coming out with new stuff for that keeps flying under the radar. Like they just announced 212 VIP Black Smiley, new limited edition. So still alive, still kicking, and worth checking out. From one black fragrance to another, Bulgari Man in Black. Another warm and spicy scent. This one has leather, has tobacco, it's got tonka, it has a lot of spices, and once again, rum. So it's a great combination of a bunch of things that I love. Spices forward, warm spices, tobacco leaves, even a touch of iris, I believe, with sweetness and then booze from the opening again to the dry down. Awesome scent. It does get compared to Spice Bomb from Viktor and Rolf, and there's no denying the similarity when you spray them on side by side, and you can tell that they're first cousins. Man in Black, though, is a fantastic scent for cool weather. The price is a little bit higher now than it used to be at discounters. It's gone up a little bit, and that's kind of a bummer, but at the same time, you get what you pay for here. Even at the prices it goes for now, it's still worth it. And another big positive with Man in Black is the performance. Lasts a really long time, projects heavily, so there's a lot to love about the fragrance. It's great for a night out, and you can even dress it up in more formal occasions if you wanted to. You can dress up the fragrance, yeah. Like you grab it and put a nice little tux on your bottle. Just dress it up real nice and formal-like. Now, when people talk about
beast mode,
boozy fragrances or liquor fragrances, liquor, I hardly know her. Oh, that joke central. Oh, save me. When people talk about beast mode, boozy fragrances, I feel like this one always gets brought up. Like always. Which makes sense because it is strong. This is, eat clean, trend hard, Anavar give up strong. It's juiced to the gills. It's Side Effect from Initio. A common theme with notes amongst a bunch of these. You've got cinnamon, you got tobacco, you got vanilla, and rum. Seen a lot of that. Vanilla, tobacco, rum. Vanilla, tobacco, booze. They work together. It's like holiday spices and booze to help you get through the holidays, I guess. So you get these winter weather spices and just throw a little or a lot of booze on top and keep it coming. So Side Effect, like I said, is really strong. And when I first smelled it, I didn't like it very much. It was too syrupy, like cough syrup almost when you spray it on. And it really is because everything is just dialed up to 11. So it's kind of like Mancera Red Tobacco in the sense that when you first spray it on, and I've used this comparison a lot, but when you first spray it on, it's just kind of overwhelming at times, especially when you don't know what you're in for. You spray it the first time, you just kind of go, oh, jeez, what do they have in there? Ugh, too strong. Once it settles in, though, it's a lot better. I'm still not the biggest fan of the opening. We'll call it the first, 15 minutes. It could be a little bit longer than that, a little bit shorter, but that's kind of what it feels like. That initial blast, I still get this cough syrup kind of feel to it, and it's not my favorite. But once it settles in, you're in for a long ride of a fragrance that really seems to just draw people in. I've talked about this before as well. Sweet fragrances a lot of times seem to do just great as far as pulling positive attention. People are like drawn to it, It's like people like to eat sweets. They like to smell them too. So once this settles and it gets past that initial syrupy kind of feeling, settles into a great boozy vanilla with spicy undertones, and it's just a fantastic scent at that point. But I will say again that one, probably more so than anything here, had to grow on me. I still don't like the opening, so you're warned. Okay, next fragrance from one of my favoriteest lines of all time, one of my just number one woo woo, let's go, cheerleading for you lines. Invictus Intense from Paco Rabanne. So yeah, Invictus. Now Invictus Intense smells similar to Invictus, only here you have an addition of whiskey, which gives it this extra maturity, ever so slightly, boozy sweetness, a little more richness, and overall between the original Invictus and Invictus Intense, I think this one is much better. That being said, I guess it's kind of with the caveat, it's much better, but it's still really similar to the original. There's no denying that this is Invictus. But if you are a fan of Invictus or Invictus style fragrances and you want a scent like that with a boozy edge, here it is. This is what you get. Doing like the chop. Invictus Intense. And now, sort of a bonus fragrance. I haven't smelled it in a while, actually, so. Hey. Yeah, a little bonus fragrance here. It's from Zara, their tobacco collection. It's rich, warm, addictive. Honey, coconut, tobacco, sandalwood, and cedar. Some of the notes in the fragrance, and you can still find this at Zara for a pretty good price. Zara fragrances are cheap. Now, once upon a time, this fragrance was hyped to the high heavens. Everybody and their mom was hyping this, saying, you gotta get that rich, warm, addictive, bro. It's so good, man. Issues were Zara did not ship at the time from their website, fragrances. So if you wanted one, you either had to order it off eBay for a crazy jacked up price, or you had to go into a Zara. And if you didn't have one nearby, tough titties. Now, while this does not have an official booze note in the note breakdown, it still has a boozy quality to it. Specifically, the way the vanilla and tobacco are used give it this kind of boozy sweetness, this boozy quality. It is quite sweet, does lean more toward the synthetic side of things. It has a little bit of a similarity to tobacco and tonka bean from Banana Republic, but this came out first. So yeah, just really quickly threw this in as a kind of a bonus. I was making this list and saw the fragrance and was like, oh yeah, that one would actually work pretty well too, and I've not talked about it for a minute, so there we go. All right guys, it's gonna do it for me. Boozy scents smell fantastic in that cool weather or for a night out. Thank you guys for hanging with me. Thank you for your support. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys later.